Hey guys, it's the double feed. Sorry it's been a while since my last video, but just wanted to tell you I didn't forget about you over here. And I've got a special for you today. It's a 3-in-1 tactical pants review video. Starting from the left, we've got the Under Armour tactical pants on the left. In the middle, we have the Blackhawk lightweight tactical pants. And on the right, we have the 511 TACLITE Pro, which I'm sure most people have heard of at this point. So let's start from the right, that 511 TAC Pro. This is probably, there's been quite a few videos out on this, but, give you a little roundabout idea of this particular pant. It goes for about, 50 to 60 bucks online. You can find this here and there. It's lightweight, breathable, comfortable. 7 pockets, and all of these, as far as fabric goes, it's that 65-35 poly cotton blend. All of them have similar water resistant treatment. Usually they use that Teflon water resistant treatment, so that if you get, if it's raining out or whatnot, you don't get too soaked. And the specs on that water repellent treatment is somewhat interesting. They do have some standards for that water repellent treatment. Usually they have a certain number of launderings they have to, give the fabric to make sure that it's water repellent to a certain degree. They, take the fabric, they will treat it, they will launder it 3 times, and then they will spray it with this testing device that actually tests water permeability from one side to the other. So they'll hit it on this side, and they'll see what percentage of that water comes to the other side. So, but yeah, these are all Teflon coated for that particular purpose. This is the 6.414 ounce poly cotton blend. All of these are. This one is actually very, very friendly to shooters, active shooter. The Leo population, or anyone who is an operator. It's got one magazine pouch, another pouch you could use for a magazine, or if you so choose, you could probably use it for a multi-tool or a folding knife. The pockets are pretty deep. I mean, these pockets are actually pretty shallow compared to some of the other ones. These, side pocket is somewhat shallow. You could probably put maybe an AR mag in there. It does. This particular one on the left side doesn't have any anywhere to, like kangaroo pouch on the inside for that magazine, but it is what it is, right? On this side, similar, same type of pocket. There's no kangaroo pouch on the inside, but you could definitely throw something in, something short and sweet and simple. It's got a little deer ring on there. Deep pockets, pretty deep pockets. These actually come down to about the top of the side pocket flap over here. So that's pretty good. You got the YKK zippers as well as the button over here. That's pretty good. It's got a little bit of elastic on here. Now these, I'll tell you right now, the elastic helps. It definitely does. If you're running and gunning and things like that, this elastic definitely comes in handy if you're jumping over stuff or running really fast. Plus, if you got stuff hanging off of your pants, that'll always give. If you got a duty belt or something like that, you got weight hanging off of this elastic, it also helps to have that elastic there, just for that little bit of run. On the back side of the TACLITE Pro, we've got this one. I mean, so basically, you've got the back pocket. This is, I'm not too crazy about it. I guess it's more of a dump pouch than anything else. You throw something in there. It's pretty deep. Once you're done with the magazine, if you're done with something else, you kind of toss it in. I do find a little bit inconvenient having this Velcro here and having this be the only back pocket, because that's where I used to like to keep my wallet. And I guess I'm just so used to having jeans on and whatnot. When I have to do that and kind of slide it in, I feel like it's not really securely in there because there's no flap keeping it closed. There's a little bit of room in here. There's certain things you just can't put in this back pocket because I feel like I don't trust it to stay in there unless it's a thick wallet. Let's put it that way, right? So we've got 2 of those. The stitching is very good. A double stitch. of seam tape here and there, and it looks like it's got pretty good quality over here. So that's the TACLITE Pro. Price-wise, it's very competitive at you know, 50, 60 bucks online. You can probably find it for 50 if you look around. That's a great price for what you're getting. Okay, the next one up on the list is the Blackhawk. Blackhawk is also, you know, very competitive with the TACLITE Pro as far as price goes. One thing I do like more about the Blackhawks is it just feels like, even though it's the same type of fabric, 65-35, same water repellent treatment, etc., etc., it just feels like the, I don't know if it's the fabric company that they use or whatnot, it just feels like a little more sturdy than what I get out of the TACLITE Pro. Not the TACLITE, but it just seems like it's a different denier. Although I know it's not. You know, it might just be psychological, but it just feels like it's got some more weight to it for whatever reason. So now, like I was telling you on the back pocket on the TACLITE Pro, this one also has a dump pouch in here. But that having been said, it's got another zipper pocket here, which is where I would prefer to keep my wallet. Right there. It's nice, it's deep enough for a wallet. It's not super deep, but it's enough. Boom. I don't have to worry about it. I feel like, you know, it's not going to fall out. It doesn't have this room to kind of like wiggle out or fall out, anything like that. So I have confidence in that. Also with the Blackhawk, it's got you know, a couple of more pockets. It's got 2 handgun mag pouches. So this is obviously great for Leos or operators out there doing their thing. It's got a little bit of 550, you know, cord over here for hanging stuff off of. It's also got the side pockets just like the TACLITE Pro. Also a little bit shallow like the TACLITE. And but these actually have a little bit of elastic webbing in there in case you have to squeeze in a maybe if you have a Leatherman with a clip on there, you could throw that in there. Or if you have additional magazine pouches for a handgun, you could throw that in there. That elastic will hold it. Those keepers will hold it nice and tight. It's also got some mesh webbing in here, or some mesh I should say in here. That I'm not sure why they would do that, but it's just a little something extra. You know, I'm sure it's, if you have magazines in here, that mesh will prevent the magazines from messing up your outside pocket. There's also a zipper pocket on that side pocket. Ah, that's why they have the mesh. Okay, to allow for that pocket to exist. I apologize. Okay, that makes good sense then. You know, this is the Blackhawk is very squared away. It's also got a little bit of this rubber tubing on the side, on the inside. That's so that if you have a shirt, you know, a tucked-in shirt, it doesn't come undone. It's also got the elastic stretch waist for the exact same reason the TACLITE Pro does. So, you know, price-wise, it's pretty much in the same ballpark. You're looking at about 60 bucks for that. So, you know, or, you know, 50, 60 bucks, you could probably find something like that for these Blackhawks. Very, very good quality. I'll put these in the same category, the Blackhawk and the TACLITE Pro. I would highly recommend these two. You know, price-wise, they're competitive, and quality-wise, I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. You know, as far as stitching goes, stitching is great. The buttons are super. The YKK zippers are great. I think the Blackhawk has just a little bit more thinking involved in it as far as design goes. It's got the zippers for the attached to the side pockets. That's pretty smart for documents, I think. That might come in handy. Plus, it's got the fold enclosures for the 2 mag pouches, which also might come in handy depending on what you're using it for. Okay. Now the final one, though, I sort of had mixed feelings on this one. Buying this was sort of a one-off experiment. I just want to see what it was all about. This is the Under Armour tactical pant. This one was the most expensive of the bunch. I just wanted to see what it was all about. Same as the other two, were 65-35 cotton poly blend. Got the same Teflon water repellent treatment on there. It doesn't have the elastic in the waist as much. I mean, it's got a little bit, but it doesn't have as what I will say is it doesn't have as much give on that elastic as these two do. It's not that it doesn't have any, it just doesn't have as much. We'll leave it at that. I will tell you this, I wore all these for about a month straight. I gave each one 30 days of hard use. The only one I had an issue with was the Under Armour. On the 20th day... Okay, sorry guys, I had a little bit of interruption there. Getting back to the last thing I was saying about the issue I had with the Under Armour tactical pants is this button, after the 20th day of hard use, daily use, popped on me. I actually had to sew this button back on with a slightly higher, like a 5-cord nylon, mil-spec nylon VT295 nylon thread, so that it would stay there. That's a mil-spec nylon VT295. They use it a lot in military parachutes and heavy-duty stuff where you have a high denier broadcloth. So I use that for there. That's going to stay there now, but I did want to let you know that that is an issue. You know, the things I do like about the pant is it's got a very, very deep side pocket, incredibly deep, in fact. You got back. There's actually a small notebook I have. It doesn't fit in any of the other pants I have here, the 511 TACLITE Pro or the Blackhawk, but it fits very snugly and comfortably in the Under Armour pant. That's one good thing. It's got very, very deep, cavernous front pockets. That's a good thing about it. But like I said, you know, the stitching or the actual thread they use on that button, not the best quality. Also, I will say that the fabric itself, as far as that Teflon treatment goes, I think they used a very, very light Teflon treatment on this one, because I can already tell the water permeability is not going to be as good. Giving it a quick touch, I've laundered this 3 times, I've laundered those 3 times, and I could already tell that this fabric, the water permeability is going to be greater at this point after 3 launderings. Just putting that out there. I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying it's something to keep in mind. It does have a very convenient small pocket for either a magazine or a multi-tool. I would probably say multi-tool or flashlight is more optimal for this one. It's right underneath the back butt pocket over here. Another one on the other opposite side. So yeah, just you know, just something to keep in mind if you're looking at the Under Armour. It's the most expensive. The stitching isn't quite as good. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. My experience with Under Armour is this. There is one thing that Under Armour does well, and there's only one thing. They're very good. They have, I guess, the patent or the technology to make this particular elastic broadcloth, which they use very well. If you've ever seen an Under Armour t-shirt, you know what I'm talking about. They also use it on their hats over here. This is one of their running hats I have. It's sort of a, you know, kind of breathable, airable, elastic, maybe it's a cotton poly blend. I'm not sure exactly what it's made out of, but it seems like Under Armour is the only one that kind of makes this particular style. It wicks away sweat. It works very well for that. That is what Under Armour does well. They're good at making this particular broadcloth, whatever that is. That's breathable, airable, wicks away sweat, and is very good for active wear. That's what they do well. This particular pant, for the price, I will say, is not worth it. And I hate to say that, but I'm just putting it out there. And I'll say that for most other Under Armour products. I mean, I bought a pair of Under Armour sneakers a while back. And I'll tell you what, I'm a runner. I do a lot of running. I run, you know, 20, 30 miles at a time a week, you know. Well, I basically run 25 to 30 miles a week, and I run about 12 miles each time. So it's you know, I do a lot of running. I've had New Balances. I bought this Under Armour as an experiment. I'll tell you what happened. The heel part of this shoe actually started coming off, and now there's a hard plastic piece where my heel would touch, making these sneakers absolutely unwearable. Again, this is Under Armour apparel. It's not. It's something that they shouldn't be making, but they do, because this has nothing to do with what they do well, which is their shirts and their sweatpants, their short sleeve shirts, their short sleeve sweatpants, their you know, their compression shorts, things like that. Anything that uses this type of fabric, they're great at. Anything else, whether it be their shoes or their tactical line, I'm sorry. For the price, I cannot recommend it. Okay, that's it. So for 75 bucks, I say no to this, and I say yes to the TACLITE Pro, and I say yes to the Blackhawk lightweight tactical pant, which, by the way, it's not that lightweight. It's much more heavy duty than the other two. Okay, thanks a lot. Talk to you later.